Hello and welcome to the session on postgraduate research opportunities in the Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences here in Trinity. This is a very broad and diverse faculty with many different schools, many of those schools being multidisciplinary. So here's a flavour of what some of those schools can offer you. In the Trinity Business School, the PhD programme, like the structured PhD within Trinity, is a 4-year integrated programme. Between 20 and 25 entrants apply and are accepted each year. There's a significant taught element to it, 30 to 50 credits focused on research skills, qualitative and quantitative management research skills, plus some specific modules. An option you can pursue here is a 3-paper approach to the thesis to maximise your flexibility and to position you well post-qualification for a subsequent career in many diverse opportunities. Our graduates recently have found work in other universities such as University College Cork, Dublin City University, St Andrews, KED, Simon Fraser universities, but outside of academia across a wide variety of industrial and public sector research-facing organisations. Across the business school, including within their research student cohort, there's an extreme international dimension. Students are now moving into novel areas of research as a sign of our times, including the increased demand for electric vehicles. The new demands relate to supply chains, the role of chatbots, digitisation and healthcare, competition in cryptocurrency. This list will continue to grow over the coming years. If you're interested in pursuing a PhD within the Trinity Business School, the place to go is the school's website and the Director of Postgraduate Teaching and Learning. The School of Education also has a very diverse research portfolio. And for this reason, to source a research area and a supervisor, the best place to start is by looking at the staff profiles on the school's own home website. The School of Education also complies with the structured PhD programme within Trinity, but of course also offers the doctoral in education as one of their offerings within their portfolio. For any general queries that you might have about research within the School of Education, there's a dedicated email, phdresearch@tcd.ie. The School of English is one of our pioneering schools, offering not just the structured PhD, but also embracing the non-resident PhD study option. They also offer a PhD in literary practice and opportunities to progress towards an MLit. The research covered under these research options go from Irish writing through to 18th century writing, Shakespearean studies, poetry and drama, Old English studies, children's literature, medieval studies, romantic studies, American literature, and many more. There are both full-time and part-time options available. And again, the best source of information is on the School of English website or through the director herself, Dr. Bernice Murphy. Postgraduate research in the School of Histories and Humanities, a multidisciplinary school, addresses a broad array of conversations with many dialogues that connect our pasts to our presents across the disciplines of history of art, classics, gender studies, and history, from the beginnings of prehistoric records to the contents of our contemporary galleries and beyond. The specialist areas within this diverse school are broad. They go from the politics of modern Irish history through to Latin as living language, the archaeologies of spirituality, to the philosophies of antiquity, the uses of the past in contemporary popular culture, and China's experience of foreign colonialism and the history of Chinese childhood. In other words, if history is your passion, there's bound to be something within this school that sparks the curiosity further. In 1776, Trinity was the first university in the world to introduce the study of modern continental languages. That legacy lives on and is best represented today in our School of Languages, Literatures and Cultural Studies, consistently ranked amongst the top universities in the world for the study of language. This is another multidisciplinary school, and you can see from the array of research interests the diversity that's represented, from European languages, Old and Modern Irish, through to global languages, literature and cultures, digital humanities, European studies, identities and culture, forced migration, medieval and Renaissance studies, translation studies. Again, the best place to find more information about the full range of what's on offer here is through the website. And this particular school is another of the schools embracing the traditional structured PhD, but also the non-resident PhD option. Our School of Law has a reputation for excellence in research supervision across a diverse range of subjects. There are 2 postgraduate research degrees you can pursue here, the MLit, the master's level, or the PhD. Along with many other schools, the process here begins with a contact from a potential student outlining a short research proposal and directing that to Dr. Surya Roy. From that point on, further connections can be made and further plans about a possible application. You'll be able to see the full diversity of the current student cohort on the website. The next school, the School of Linguistics, Speech and Communication Sciences, has a diverse and vibrant community of postgraduate students drawn from many different disciplines and from a very international representation. So there are research opportunities here at master's and doctoral level across linguistics, applied linguistics, sociolinguistics, English language teaching, corpora studies, Asian studies, phonetics and speech sciences, clinical speech and language studies, and deaf studies. There are opportunities for full-time and part-time study, and this is a really vibrant research community. Further information on research supervision can be found at the dedicated website for postgraduate students and from the school's Director of Postgraduate Teaching and Learning, Professor Kathleen McTiernan. The School of Psychology also offers a diverse pathway towards research degrees, including the pure research degrees at master's or PhD level, a PhD in global health, 2 professional doctorates in counselling psychology and in clinical psychology, and another program in applied behavioural analysis. The School of Psychology is deeply embedded with a number of research institutes, including the Trinity College Institute of Neuroscience, the Trinity Centre for Global Health, the Centre for Psychological Health, and the Centre for Innovative Human Systems. And these interlinkages are supported by a really robust research infrastructure that includes EEG and behavioural neuroscience labs, video observation suites, and sound attenuated experimental testing suites with fMRI capability. This is a very vibrant research community spanning the full range of interests for those engaged with psychology. Again, to find out more information, I encourage you to visit the school website and to connect with the Director of Postgraduate Teaching and Learning. In the School of Religion, Theology and Peace Studies, there are currently about 35 research students, all working on innovative and original projects. These span the disciplines that are represented in the school. For example, students in peace studies are studying militarized masculinity and UN peacekeeping in Korea, local peace building in Sudan, women's grassroots peace movements in Kashmir. In religious studies, the development of children's Bibles, disability theologies, the reception of the Bible in stained glass, and the relationship between religions and quantum physics. There's a very active research ecosystem within this school, bringing together postgraduate researchers and staff within and across the institute, with vibrant centres such as the Loyola Institute, the Irish School of Ecumenics, the Trinity Centre for Biblical Studies, the Trinity Centre for Post-Conflict Justice, and the Long Room Hall. And there's a really active student-led work in progress suite of seminars with lots of social opportunities for research students to come together to discuss their ideas, to present their research, and to receive support from their fellow PhD students. You'll see there's a dedicated email address for anybody interested in postgraduate research study in this school. Our School of Social Science and Philosophy has 4 disciplines, each offering their own research programs. So in economics, there are opportunities to follow a PhD in the areas of development economics and international macroeconomics, but also in urban economics, energy economics, financial economics, economic history, political economy, and industrial economics. The Department of Philosophy has a broad analytical tradition with strong interest in the history of philosophy, in special strengths in metaphysics, epistemology, the philosophy of language, the philosophy of religion and ethics, as well as expertise in ancient philosophy, medieval philosophy, early modern philosophy, modern European philosophy, and history of analytic philosophy. Political science spans diverse interests from comparative politics to Irish politics, democratic theory, transition politics, public voting, voting behaviour, international relations and security, electoral systems, and the European Union. While the Department of Sociology supports research in migration, identities and diversity, comparative inequalities, education and families, power, conflict and resistance, and digitalisation and social networks. More information on all of these and on the PIs driving this research can be found on the school's website. Finally, in our School of Social Work and Social Policy, there's also a strong and vibrant community of postgraduate students, embedded in both master's and structured PhD programs. The research topics addressed cover critical issues for contemporary societies, including homelessness and housing exclusion, disability, gender, sexuality, poverty, ageing, drug use, bereavement, domestic and gender-based violence, migration, child protection and welfare. This is a highly diverse and highly rated research community, accommodating full-time and part-time students, those from Ireland and those from any other community. Again, for more information, the best source is the school's website, where you can find specific information on PhD supervision, or by contacting the Director of Postgraduate Teaching and Learning, Dr. Erna O'Connor. That's a sampling of what's available to you within our Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences. I hope you found some of it interesting and wish you a very enjoyable postgraduate open evening. Thank you.